But what also happened in the Romanian experience during the 90s was that gold went up a lot as we were getting into hyperinflation, and then it went underground. The price was just not there. It was never sold or bought, and then it went up again as we were leaving hyperinflation. But as I mentioned, hyperinflation happens in waves, and look at gold. What I'm expecting is actually to be one of the last things. One of the last things by the time a lot of investors think that the market has gone too crazy and the house prices are too much even compared to the salary, and then they will be looking at other long-term investments, those millionaires and billionaires, when the stocks might be crashing because the salaries were increasing too late in the cycle. If there's a lot of time between these cycles, that can kill companies, because people will not have the money to purchase the goods that the companies are producing, right? So this is usually houses, but there are also stocks in here, which kind of could be before houses, somewhere here. If that increase is a lot, that in time, that time frame is a lot, that means companies are producing stuff, but actually they're not making a lot of profit. They're just going up in a hot air balloon in price. The stocks are, but the purchases might be slowing down. So usually government wants to kind of pull this time frame to be a shorter, because if it's too long, then the stock market will be crashing. In real terms, it might be going up nominally, but actually it's getting bad and bad, worse and worse. So eventually, when base commodities went up in too much in price compared to minimum or average salary, housing went up too much in base or minimum salary, then in my opinion that will signal a gold increase, right? And then it can go up a lot, because as I was telling you the example of the homestead and the gold chain in the gold video part 1, we didn't even knew what was the actual price in some scenarios, and eventually people bought into just to save some purchasing power, and they would have almost purchased it at any price. Could this happen? Probably. I don't know. There are other players in the game now, such as cryptocurrencies and so on. Now we have to see, will cryptocurrencies actually act like stocks or act like gold? So are they really stocks? Are they monetary assets? Are there something else? There's no historical points that we can take a look at for cryptocurrencies. One thing that we know is that there are hyperinflations happening right now. There are hyperinflations happening in Lebanon, in Venezuela, and other countries as well. In these scenarios, cryptocurrencies help, because they're actually a global market. So it provides, just with having access with a smartphone, it provides a Venezuelan or someone from Lebanon access to a global market where hyperinflation is not happening. So when somebody from Venezuela is buying or selling crypto, that other person could be in Germany or in Japan, right? Where they're not experiencing hyperinflation, or they don't think so yet. Right? So in that sense, it kind of plays into that hand of staying on the sideline, right? Because it's not affected. Now, what would happen if multiple countries, major developed countries, would go into hyperinflation in the same time? We'll have to see. But will it be, a store of value, or will it be sort of like stocks that people in some of these scenarios, what happens is people try to grab their gains immediately, right? And then put it in something real that will have value after 5 years, after 7 years, or whatever hyperinflation went through. I'm not sure. I don't know. I would like to, have a debate about this, see arguments and counter arguments for this. I can see both sides, but I'm not going to speculate on this right now. What I'm searching right now is assets that would not be affected by the currency falling, right? And there are a lot of good suggestions, and I've talked about the history of precious metals and how they can help, but that is for saving long-term wealth and not for being in and out of different asset classes, in my opinion, because I'm not sure if you want to sell your gold during hyperinflation if you don't know how long the hyperinflation will last. It's easy to talk about these hypotheticals, but it's sort of like when a whole country goes into depression. It's very hard to spend something that is still going up in price to purchase something that is still falling in price. And if you don't believe me, then sell your gold or sell your Bitcoin and purchase real estate in Detroit. Some of the commenters told me that during the Weimar times, a house was an ounce of gold. Could be true, right? I'm pretty sure it is. But I'm pretty sure I can find you a house in Detroit that you can also purchase for an ounce of gold. So you have to have longer perspectives and position yourself and make up your mind before hyperinflation. That what are you planning to purchase at what price? Thing against thing. You say, if the apartment price in downtown, Jacksonville will go to X amount of gold coins, then I will sell my gold coins and purchase that. And you will most likely not catch a market bottom or a market top in gold or whatever, but you kind of made that decision for you, and then now you're on the other hand and you're waiting another 3, 5, 10 years maybe hopefully not that much on the other side of the of the equation, basically, right? So you have to position yourself in these assets. It's very hard to play the waves. I'm not even saying play the waves. I'm not even planning to play the waves myself. But for me, with my experience, I can see it as an indicator. And